fixing this bike. I actually managed to get an ignition with keys that actually say Suzuki on, as opposed to something else or Suzuki or shit like that. Now the ignition barrel looks like this. It's almost there. It's kind of a bit higher, but that doesn't bother me really. It's from a Suzuki GS250 or 1000. Of course it didn't fit with my of course it didn't fit with my ignition mechanism. Most of them have 6 wires, 4 wires. I have 8 because Japanese model. This is like a fake whatever ignition barrel. I wouldn't use this for the world really, but I'm gonna try because the nice one is mounted on the bike already. I'm gonna try and explain what I did. So this thingy here, this mechanism with contacts, mine came with the plastic bit, and on the proper barrel where this hole is, you have a screw that holds the actual contact plate to the barrel. So what I had to do is, because mine came with this enclosure, this was by the way, this is plastic, don't buy this shit. This is proper aluminum. So that's the enclosure, that's this part right here, right? So because my contact side came with the enclosure, I had to cut this with an angle grinder and a vise. It wasn't too hard. Sparks don't fly out as it's because it's aluminum. So I've cut this thingy, right? Put my contact thingy on. Luckily the positions of the key and the screw hole fit, because this was my initial you know, consideration when I decided to buy a new barrel. Long story short, this bike was with some family that they have some pesky kids, and instead of asking me for the keys or my mom to start it, they decided to just take out the ignition barrel and start it with a screwdriver. Typical garbage mentality really. So I've cut this off, that's the piece off, put my contact side in and applied some silicone so it's kind of waterproof all around, right? I'm gonna go close to the bike, maybe you can see it. That's my ignition barrel. This white bit here, covered in gaffer tape, Gorilla tape, is my ignition contact plate. It's got like a cap on top that I stole from the original from this thing. So see that silicone all around? That's where the cut was, and there was a bit of a gap, so I've put that silicone in, and the bike works. The contacts, even the lock works. The lock is this thingy, this piston thingy right here. Can't see it. So where my finger is, that thing, that goes around next to this plate here, and it just locks the steering, which is a plus to have. So it goes, it starts, which is nice, man. The same went for the petrol cap. So the petrol cap, the bastards did the same thing. It's actually, this is the new one, which is a bit smaller. The original one is this one. So look at the cunts destroying it with a screwdriver, man. Fucking hell. So I do have the original keys for it that only work for these helmet straps or helmet securing thingies. Another thing that I'll have to work out is this hole over here. This is the saddle release. So again, I have to buy another lock set from another motorcycle. Take only this thing if it fits. If it doesn't, adapt it to fit in here. but we're on the way to getting MOT'd really, except a couple of lights, and I had to order this brake sensor, back brake sensor, which of course is not identical, but it's there. And another thing that doesn't work is the handbrake sensor. So this thing right here. So I'll have to take that out, see if I can fix it. If not, get a new one. Yeah, but everything else works. The lights work, the indicators work. I had to change the indicator relay, which was mechanically based. It's this box somewhere in here. The original one was relay based. This one is solid state, so I'm guessing it's probably some transistor based, so it doesn't make any noise. That's a downfall, but you see here anyway. So when the bike is on and you indicate, stuff flashes on board, which is quite nice. Yeah, man. Alright, the highlight of the day, amongst other things, is hey, watch this. Bang. And the saddle goes up. And put it like that. Click. That's it. This is the third key done. Hey. How I made this is, this was like a steering lock from a GS150 or something like that. This was the separate steering lock that I have on the actual ignition barrel. So this is like a bicycle brake wire kind of pulley thing, and that was a one piece. So what I did was, see that hole? I drill a hole, and then the channel for the wire to go in, it's angle grinded. The same thing I did here. So see, there's a channel for the wire to go from the outside in, and then this metal piece I didn't have to fabricate it. Luckily I found it from like an IKEA something to hang something from the wall, and I've just bent it to the right dimension, and luckily this fit perfectly in there. Drill the hole in so I can you know, tighten the screw. And that's how the thing works really. Put the key in, it goes back up, lock, unlock, lock,